Lower your volume.
Put it on mute.
I know, I was making a joke.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to our 30th podcast.
30!
Hey, I'm 30 years old. So it's a great, beautiful Sunday out there. Hopefully you guys are able to enjoy today's Sunday. Today, we're going to be talking about dreams. But before we do that, we just wanted to announce officially that TJ will no longer be on our podcast. As most of you know, he he left Kabbalah's team. He was a big part of the Kabbalah's team. Been friends with him for 29 years. So all we want to say is we wish him the best of luck for the future endeavors that he portrays or he undergoes. Best of luck.
We hope you follow your dreams.
Yep, we follow your dreams, exactly.
That's what it's all about today.
Yeah, pretty much. So I do want to point out, yes, we want to wish him the best, and don't stress too much about the kickboxing because we are with two other boxing instructors that will be on board. We will be announcing that further this week when I get the full details about when they're going to start. So stay tuned for that, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy the two new boxing instructors that we're going to have on board as well. They're pretty cool guys. I met them this week, and we've been on good talks already. And I think from now, just with the whole team itself, not just the boxing, but everybody that's been picking up the slack at the same time, we've had a rough patch maybe, but it looks like everybody's back on the same page, and I think the new year is going to be extremely busy for all of us, and there's a lot of good projects coming, so I'm really anxious actually for the new year.
We're planning to make dreams come true.
Oh yes, we are.
And since we're talking about dreams,
Yeah.
we're going to segment right in there. Here's a fun fact. An age-old fact is that God speaks chiefly through dreams and visions. So no matter what your religion is, if you ever look at the idea in the book about visions, they were dreams, and they were vivid. And so we're going to really talk and deep dive into dreams. So
I'm going to stop him right there. So it's not just God, right? He said any religion that you believe in, but it could also be just spiritually. So it could be universe, it could be galactic being, it could be whatever you guys believe in. But we speak through our dreams, and dreams tell us something. It might not be an instant answer to what you've been looking for, or something might not make sense now in a dream, but it could be a lineage to something coming into the future as well.
there's a movie that just came out called Done, and at the beginning there's a quote about dreams and how it's messages from your inner self, your deep self.
Yeah. So you
That's what I'm gonna
guys
think
gotta look.
about.
Yeah, you guys gotta look deeper.
And that comes to our first advertisement of meditations. We will be having meditations here at Kabbalas, and the more better you learn how to meditate,
More better.
the more better.
Pearson. The more better.
You learn how to meditate, the more you can have lucid dreams and have more ways to communicate with your inner self. Because the moment meditation is that all thoughts go to the side and you really have you and yourself. And if you have a question, you will receive an answer. So meditations and the dates we're looking at are Wednesdays
At 7
7.
p.m. I do want to point out, those that think that meditation is just that you're sitting in a room quiet and trying to just think of your thoughts or just try to quiet your mind. Meditation is actually I could say it's an art, but it's something where you're actively letting your soul be reunited with you. So you're reconnecting with your soul or your soul itself. You're allowing your soul to present its own expression of self within you. So this is where we go deeper into how we should, or who we should actually be, not how we should be, but who we should actually be, because it's our soul that's trying to guide us. We've just been blocked with everything that's been around us and what we've learned over the course of our lifetime. So when you meditate, and I'm advocate for this, and I've been meditating really religiously since April, I can say that it's a game changer when you do it properly and you allow your soul to just come forth. Why is that? I know I've significantly held on to information so much easier. Why? Because I've been able to allow my conscious thoughts to liberate itself, or to just quiet my mind so much that it clears my mind where I'm not thinking so negatively, and it allows for new information to just set precedence, or to set its course. And that's where it allows you to build as an individual, and it allows you to build on a spiritual level as well. So
yeah, exactly. And you know, the coined word right now is mindful. And meditation helps you become mindful every day and all in the moment. It's like having a lucid dream and really remembering your dreams. It's really that in between between your conscious and subconscious. I think that's very important to learn how to do with your brain.
And you said a good point. He said moment, right? When we meditate, we learn to be present in the moment, which most of us can't do, because we just think of everything of our everyday lives just constantly stressing us out. So when we meditate, it's being in the present moment.
Especially in a world as fast as it is today, you know, we was hoping COVID would slow that down, but now we're getting back. So anyways, the next thing we're going to talk about is what is a dream and why do we dream?
So what is a dream, Chris?
In my opinion, not scientifically, but in my opinion, a dream is a reflection of how your day went. And it's sometimes even a reflection of maybe what you've been thinking about coming at you in a way that's, you know, using metaphors, using similes, using personifications. You're going through these dreams and you're like, but why is this going on? Jump on it, Ant.
Do you guys ever realize, like, there's certain moments where, oh, I dreamt of this, or I dreamt of that. I'm just gonna say whatever because it's the first thing that came to my mind. I dreamt of a snake. So there's different meanings to each interpretation why you have a snake in your dream. It could be because you have someone backstabbing you. It could be because you have to watch out for something for the future. There's many metaphorical purposes, but this is where dreams can send you some kind of message if you're open to it. I can tell you one thing, and that's something that I've learned 100%, is that when you dream vividly and black and white, it's because you're too negative. When you dream in color, it's because you're actually more positive and you're open to newer things, or just open to things in general and new ideas.
And if we want to talk about the origin, which we'll get into now, why not? Because we're getting there. In ancient Egypt, they believed that vivid dreams were only done by people who have special abilities. And they considered these individuals so special that they would actually record whenever a dream would occur that was so vivid. That's why a pharaoh would actually have his people write it down, what this person was dreaming, because they felt it was a reflection of deep inner wisdom and guidance. So you gotta still see it that way. And there's a great website called dreamdictionary.com.
Yeah.
I've been using it since at least 10 years. And it's really great. Showed it to you, showed it to Andrew, showed it to TJ. It's a good place to go and just be like, okay, what is it about? And a major thing you need to reflect is there's two sides to every symbol. And that's why yin and yang become very important. There's a dark side and then there's a light side.
And you got to be in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's where the balance stems.
Exactly.
And thinking back to vivid dreams and the pharaoh when he was making people write it down, first and foremost, when you drink a glass of water the minute you wake up, that actually allows you to remember your dream more efficiently and clearer.
Yeah.
I've done that myself, and I've done that with a few other people, and it's true. So a glass of water, the minute you wake up, it'll help you remember your dream. Write it down. Maybe that by writing it down, you'll understand the message that it's coming towards you or to you. The other thing is, we'll go back to meditation, is when you're meditating, sometimes it could be an active meditation where you're writing things down as you go or as you meditate. That being said, those are probably messages coming from, I'm going to just say, the universe. Those are messages coming from the universe that the questions that you're asking And the questions that you could be asking could be either through meditation or a dream at the same time. So that could be something that would be good for you to write it down, to really tune down and see what's actually your message or what's coming to you, you know? So it's interesting to try that out.
And next advertisement is about personal growth, professional growth, in the way of Anthony and I wanting to give out life guidance services. So, you know, dream reading is a real thing, and we want to be able to offer that if you have some thoughts about it. And we even also believe in tarot reading. We'll be having that as well.
He will be the one taking care of that.
I've been learning how to do it, so I'm excited to try it out. And if you're willing to try with me, let's go for it.
So personal development, this is something I've been working on myself. I mean, we always need a coach. And this is something I've been working on myself for the past couple of weeks now. And it should be something that we do not just during our down times or our dark moments. It does help, obviously, when you're in your dark moments and you want to boost yourself back up because you want to realign your path. But doing professional development or personal development, whatever it is, it allows you to see your path clearer. And it allows you not to be so stressed about all the distractions around you. So, say for whatever reason you're scared about money because you can't forget about what's going on in the world, but let's just say everything was in a harmonistic world right now. You can't go flying, you can't go to restaurants, you can't go see your friends, and you're living on like a day-to-day payment or a month-to-month check just to pay your rent or whatever it is to pay your bills. Now, if you can practice not being afraid of money, of scarcity, but you build the confidence as an individual, then everything that you really want naturally will occur and come to you without you actually asking for it, because you've portrayed that positivity back into the universe. You allowed the positive attraction to set forth. The more you're negative, the more you're scared, the more things get pushed further and further away from you. And that could be in relationships, that could be in money, that could be in sports, that could be in following your dreams, it could be in everything and anything. But the minute you start thinking negative, it's just a spiral effect. It's a spiral effect that leads to everything in your life.
And getting help makes you be able to have someone give you another viewpoint. Because sometimes when you're so involved in it, you tend to forget what's really going on.
Yeah.
And think of it this way as a metaphor. Think of an actor on a stage. An actor's job is to make us forget that it's an act. We believe it to the point that, wow, it's real. But let's say the actor forgets it's fake as well and starts believing it's so real. You can see the stress go on with actors, right? You can talk about so many actors out there who've taken their roles so seriously, kind of caused them to die because it was so much. It was encompassing them. And sometimes you need somebody like a coach to be able to say, hey, let's take these things to the side right now and be like, where are you at? Let's move this to the side and let's see you for you. And that's what dreams really help us with.
Yep.
And now we're going to actually talk about the top 5 dreams everybody has in the whole world, which really is beautiful because it brings us closer together as, whoa, I'm not the only one. So let's talk about the first one, flying.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I said, there's yin and yang. There's a positive way of seeing it, and then there's a negative way of seeing it. And flying is a very interesting one because in a positive way, it's the idea that you're so confident that you can soar. You can fly through everything and not have a care in the world. But here's the negative one. You're avoiding your problems because your problems are down low. And as long as you fly, you don't touch them.
And you're flying away from your problems.
There you go. So it's important to be able to talk about this with somebody so that you can see, okay, which one is it? Because sometimes we're too involved. How about you go for the second one?
What's that?
Falling.
Falling. Gee, that looks like a famine.
I'm
So
not a
falling.
good writer.
Falling can actually be interpreted in many different ways.
Oh, yes.
And there's one thing actually, since he wrote falling, there's one thing I want to mention is that ever feel yourself falling in a dream, but before you actually land and hit something, you actually wake up. That's something that always fascinated me. Is it's like before anything bad were to happen in a dream, is like your subconscious knows it's time to wake up, get up. You know, it's crazy.
And here's the thing. So in falling, there's two types of falling. Either someone pushed you, and if someone pushed you, it's that fear that someone is against you, and you have this impression that this person's out to get you. Or it's yourself. Let's say you fell off. Let's say you clumsy and you fell. That's actually you trying to tell yourself that there's something you need to let go of. Because free falling is letting go.
Yeah.
And it's your own conscious telling you, hey, you've been on this for so long. It's time to let go. So that's actually something, and scientists have said that we have about 5 of these dreams in our lifetime, which is very interesting, right? Because
5 of each?
5 falling. Sorry,
Okay.
the falling one, it was recorded that everyone will have it at least 5 times in their lives. Because if you think about it, you become a teenager, that's the first thing. You have to let go of your childhood. Then you let go of your teenage and take an adulthood. That's the second one. Then the more higher you go, you start learning, okay, what's the job I'm going to take? And you might fall a few times for that one too. Then the last one, you got to let go of your childhood or your
loved ones,
your-
maybe?
I think it's more like you have to become committed, right?
Okay.
That you're going to have a family of your own. And you got to let go of the idea of having fun and say, wait, I got to be responsible now. I got to be there for my wife, got to be there for my kid.
Okay, let's play a devil's advocate on
Go
that.
for it.
What if someone like me that I'm mature enough to understand I have other responsibilities, but being a father figure, maybe that's just right now in my life, right? I don't know what's going to be in the future, but maybe that's right now in my life where I'm at. I don't want to be a father figure, or
Nothing wrong with that.
so then where would the falling be for that?
So this is where I said 5 moments of life when you're growing up.
And
right?
what if I don't ever get to that point?
So
That's
that
what
means
I'm
you
asking.
only fall 4 times.
Good point.
Right? Because everyone's life path is their own. Right?
I'm
You live
sure-
your life path.
I'm
No one's
sure
there to
there's-
tell you to change
No,
what
for
kind
sure.
of life you live.
I'm sure that there's.
But what if your inner self is the one pushing
That's
you?
what I was gonna get to.
Ah.
That's what I was gonna get to, because I'm sure we could be we could have dreams of falling 5 times, but I'm sure somewhere down the line we actually dream, because I know I've dreamt of falling a few times,
Good.
more than once,
Good.
and that's like more than once, obviously more than once, but
Who
more
said
than
scientists are always right?
yeah, and
Oh.
that's where, you know, you could realize where you are in life, the moments you are in life, that it's more. You know what? In my case, because I'm obviously going to take my personal experiences, I think it's more just like you got to step it up a notch,
Yeah. Of
and
course.
and I think that's now, you know, the way you're explaining it now. I think I look back and it's like shit. That's where I really had to let go of certain things.
Of course.
Like I don't remember my dreams 100%, but I'm just saying that was probably around the times that, you know, growing up, being in my business more and more and seeing these things. That's where I guess falling came into play
Yeah.
for
because
my businesses.
the way I was looking at it as a 5 was stages everyone in the world would be
Yeah,
experiencing.
so it's a minimum of 5. We're gonna say.
Let's say
Yeah.
that. Because, you know, I really agree with you that someone who has a business of their own, there's a lot to notice. There's a lot to let go and something to start new. And of course, falling is going to become very natural to somebody who owns their own business.
Let's go through the other ones because I'm sure there's not one of them.
No.
The one that I'm
The next
thinking
one's
of.
really cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the one that I keep dreaming of. We'll see what that
Beautiful.
happens.
Is it the last one?
No, it's not on your list.
The third one is being lost. And so when you have a dream of being lost, it's because you're postponing a decision. And you keep pushing it and pushing it. And so you keep having these dreams where you're like, where am I? Why am I here? Who is it that I'm seeing? And it's important because these dreams will reoccur, especially when there's a decision you're posting and you're pushing away. And at one point, you got to face it. Because, you know, life is about cycles. And you keep going around in that cycle, but the fact that we have these natural dreams and they happen so occasional, it's your inner self telling you, hey, it's time to face the music. Now the fourth one, which is really great, is being trapped. Now when you're feeling trapped, psychologists say that it's a reasoning behind hiding from something. So you're holding. I really have to start writing properly.
I'm gonna put it down on a computer. It'll be so much easier, Chris.
It means you feel trapped, and that in your own life. So, for example, if I remember from the video I watched, it's the same thing as saying maybe you're stuck with a car and you don't want to let go of that car, so you're trapped with it, and so you got to make that decision and say, okay, am I gonna keep spending money on this car, or am I gonna let it go?
So trapped would be more like a decision making.
Yeah. So a lot of these are to do with decision making. Right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, being trapped maybe is like seeing in between two decisions or something.
Exactly.
And you know what? We could take that to even further and look at it at a physical level and say, hey, your gallbladder's messed up because the gallbladder is what's messing up. Your gallbladder is what's related to your in-between decisions of two things.
And it's very interesting because I read that constipation is actually about letting go. When you can't make a decision, your physical self actually talks to you too. We're all talking about dreams. That can go there too. But we're going to keep the dreams because we get off topic sometimes. Yeah. The last one is being naked. Now, this is an interesting one because psychologists say it's fear of being judged. You're hiding your true self, which is your characteristics and your personalities. So if you keep having dreams about you being nude and people watching you, it's because you're not proud of who you are. So you gotta start being proud of yourself and start wearing some clothes in your dreams, man.
That's where you put your foot down and start having some more self-respect for yourself and confidence.
Exactly.
That's where I always go back to myself. That's where having a life coach can redirect you and to build that confidence. Because sometimes we think that we're confident, but there's certain parts of our lives that we don't have the full capacity to be confident because we've been programmed at a young childhood. Before the age of 7, that's where most of our programming happens. So before the age of 7, we've been programmed not to be confident in a certain area of our life, and that slowly melts away at your other confidence for everything else in your life. And you only realize that when you start asking the right questions. And I've seen that happen with myself lately as well, only because it was put in my face. Be like, yeah, you're confident, yeah, this, but then what happened to this, and this? And it's like, oh, okay, so really deep down the root cause is I'm not confident, which leads to me being not self-respected, which leads for people walking all over me, even though I'm trying to be respected, and then it leads to negativity. So it's time to let go of the negativity, be more positive, but then it all starts from my confidence. And that's just me. That could be a whole bunch of other aspects for other people. So when I guess we're going to go back to the dreams, is if you actually do see yourself naked in a dream, think harder to see which aspect of your life that you're not confident about, whether it's your job, relationship, maybe sometimes you're just the way you look, and that shouldn't be a problem. Just society nowadays just made us be a norm and have to be looked a certain way, but that's pure bullshit. A little battery. Okay, it's all good.
But you're very right, Ant. You're very right. I just said this to my cousin. If you are a little chubby, think of it this way: kings and queens were chubby, and they were the only ones able to do so because back then they were the only ones who had enough food, had enough safety in a castle. Everyone else were what? Peasants.
I could tell you one thing though. The minute you do start putting your life back in line and you start feeling the confidence that you were supposed to have and having the self-respect, again, I'm always going back to my experiences, but I see a big change in even just my training and my physique. Like complete from a 1 week to the next. It's like, what just happened?
Yeah,
literally.
I really love this sentence. Give me serenity for the things I can't change, courage to find out what I can change, and wisdom to know the difference.
I love that.
And that's sometimes okay not to have that wisdom. Because let's be honest, school didn't teach us to have that wisdom. Parents were not there to give us some wisdom, right?
Parents, it's not their fault either, because they don't learn the same way that you're going to learn in your life either. And they
You're
don't
100% it's not their fault.
No,
this
I'm
is
just
why
putting
it's
that
not,
out there.
100%, because we never want parents to blame themselves.
Exactly.
But the reality is, who guided us in wisdom? Not really, right?
No one.
The whole educational system is based on academics, and academics has to do with you being able to hold on to knowledge. It has nothing really to do sometimes with wisdom. Wisdom is really through experience, and sometimes you need a coach or a therapist, but sometimes a coach is more fun because a coach is going to encourage you like a cheerleader, you know? So that's something to keep in mind. Sometimes you need that person just to talk it out.
Your best wisdom, like Chris is saying, is your experience, and life is going to be the best experience you could ever have through the messages you get through your dreams, and if you continue to develop your self-awareness as well, you know.
Yes.
And it's not just having life coaches that could help, you know. It could also be someone with, besides a psychotherapist, besides I was supposed to say a psychopath, a psychologist, a psychopath. It's not just having I'm gonna say it again. Why do I want to say psychopaths for?
I don't know.
Psychologists.
Maybe you're watching too much Criminal Minds,
maybe. Someone like a psychoanalyst, which we have on our team, it's Alessandra. She's able to psychoanalyze what's been your past emotions, or what emotion you're having now. Where did it stem from because of your past emotions? And you know, the more that I go deeper into my levels of understanding, I'm able to do that as well. But why not go to someone that's qualified like a psychoanalyst like Alessandra? And that's where having the life coach. So imagine having a life coach and a psychoanalyst together. It just amplifies it amplifies your awareness of who you're supposed to be. And once you become aware of who you're supposed to be, and it's easier to be who you're supposed to be, your soul is reconnected, and you actually become the person you were always meant to be. Not just someone clouded by judgment or by fear.
And there is a lot of there's a lot of cloudiness in this world right now because we're bombarded with advertisement all the time. Think of it this way. I was lucky enough to be a kid during Saturday morning cartoons. And let's be honest, the commercials about sugar, McDonald's, sugar, McDonald's. You become it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the older you get, you start to realize where have these advertisements been and where do I begin? Because it's just so much. And like he mentioned about, you know, how people see themselves, it drives me insane too. Because there's so many beautiful human beings out there, but they don't think they are because either they don't spend enough on makeup, or they need Botox, or they need surgery, and so on and so forth. And it's like, wait a minute, is that even healthy for your emotions?
When you do all that, first off, it's a sign of no confidence. Second, it's a sign where, it's just no confidence. I was going to say something else.
It's all good. So let's talk about where are we today with dreams. So today, scientists say that we have about 4 to 6 dreams during our REM sleep. Now, it takes about 3 hours to get into REM sleep. So if you don't have a consistent sleeping pattern, such as you go to bed and you wake up in the morning, the REM sleeps don't come out. And now that could be counterproductive because REM sleeps are important when you get these dreams that come out, because it's your soul, in my opinion, looking at these dreams and saying, what do I need to face today?
Yeah.
And so scientists...
That's what I was going to say, actually. Thanks for reminding me. Go.
Oh, it's all good. Scientists today are still researching dreams, you know, and it's very important to look into dreams because we tend to forget what's in front of us, right? We look at what's going on outside in the world and we think about this and that, but wait, what about you? You matter. So you got to look at yourself and your dreams. Dreams are pretty important. You were talking about your special dream there.
Yeah, before I do, I remember what I wanted to say.
Go for it.
Those that put like Botox and all that stuff and,
Oh.
and just camouflage themselves is like you're actually covering your soul. You're covering who you're actually meant to be. So that's what I wanted to say. But one of my dreams that I kept on having was that I'm driving in a car and my brakes don't work.
Ooh,
Multiple times. Multiple dreams I had that.
interesting.
So it was like, is that someone saying I'm going too fast, slow the freak down? But if that were the case, then wouldn't my brakes work?
Yeah.
So then if my brakes weren't to work,
Maybe you're holding yourself back and you're trying to hold yourself back, but you can't.
that
Because-
would be a good thing though.
It
No?
would be. Well, see, this is the thing. How are you feeling in the moment?
I don't remember now.
Well, if you're feeling fear,
This was like last year and whatnot.
if you're feeling fear out of it, that's important. If you're feeling like, whoa, I can go really fast without my brakes.
Well, I guess you could think of it as fear in the sense that you're about to hit something. You're about to
Ah.
crash.
And are you?
No, never.
You wake up?
I wake up, but I also remember in my dreams that I just never crash.
Interesting. Do you see anything else while you're driving?
Now I don't remember, but I normally see other cars, and there's some moments in my dreams where it's like it takes forever for my brakes to stop. So, interesting.
We will refer to the dictionary.com
Yeah.
very soon. Was there a last advertisement?
Health seminars,
Health
courses.
Seminars.
So you guys can go on the KabbalisInstitute.com. I've been putting up some courses. We do have online courses. Basically, health seminars I would like to start them up in the new year again here at the center itself. Basically, the health seminars will be similar to the online courses, except the online courses will just be more in depth. The difference is that if you come to the health seminars, you could ask your questions directly, and we could have a more interactive conversation together. That's where it gets more fun. And whatever isn't in the online courses, well, that could be addressed in the health seminars. So that's something that will be looked at in the new year. A schedule will most likely be up to see what nights. Hopefully, once every 3 to 4 weeks, I'd like to do a health seminar. If not, you got the online courses at KabbalisInstitute.com, and more courses will be uploaded within the next month or two. I'm trying to get as much as 15 courses uploaded, and in the future there will be more complex courses as well, and more courses of the therapists who would like to teach as well. And we're not going to share more surprises, but it's going to be big.
Yeah, I got big dreams. He got big dreams. We're going to make them come true.
Yes, sir. So next week, we'll see you guys. It might be our last one before the new year. And until then, enjoy the Sunday. It's beautiful weather out. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And have a great week, everyone.
Thank you for coming to our 30th episode.